Hello, and thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Carol Jenkins. The program is Black America. According to the city's Department of Small Business Service, Black people make up 22% of New York City's population, but only 2% of its 230,000 small business owners. With the community battling gentrification, many wonder how this could affect the history and culture in places like Harlem. On March 30th, M&T Bank, in collaboration with Carver Federal Bank, launched its Harlem Multicultural Small Business Innovation Lab, a 6-week program designed to provide local entrepreneurs with guidance, education, and some resources to help them start and grow their businesses. The finalists had to go through a pitch competition, earning the winner a $16,000 prize. And with us to talk about this more is David Femi, the head of the multicultural banking team at M&T, and Erica Watson, owner of Mixxtresses Hair Collection and the first prize winner. And thank you both for being here today. We've been following this competition, very exciting. And as I told Erica, the winner, she had some stiff competition. So, we don't want to call them contestants in a way, although I did say this makes for a great TV show, right? Tell us a little bit. You started in Connecticut with this program and you brought it to Harlem. What's the concept behind it?
Yeah, Carol, good morning, and thank you so much. It's such a great honor to be here this morning. And I am blessed to be here with Erica. Erica, yes. Congrats again, and good to see you.
Thank you.
At the bank, during the pandemic, we had this renewed sense of purpose. It was one that allowed us to really be intentional around connecting with our multicultural small businesses, particularly Hispanic-owned businesses, Black and African-American-owned businesses. So we spent time traveling across our network, meeting with these businesses, and our goal was just to simply understand the impact of the pandemic on these businesses. Mm-hmm. Most of these diverse businesses go through a lot, and sometimes it's not as easy to talk less about growing a small business, especially in communities that have been deprived for a very, very long time. So we learned a lot. I think we spoke to about 600 small businesses across our network, and they gave us feedback and they gave us insights, and they talked about some of these pain points and challenges and how M&T can help. So we took the feedback, we took the insights, and we ran a small test in Buffalo, New York. So we actually started in Buffalo, New York.
Right.
Buffalo is where we have our headquarters. And we brought together, just for a very small test, we met with about 21 Black and African-American business owners on the east side of Buffalo. And they just, poured out their hearts, say, hey, if M&T can teach us how to write a business plan, if M&T can teach us how to understand credit and how to market our businesses as Black-owned businesses, as Hispanic-owned businesses, if M&T can teach us how to understand the different small business entity formations, we would love M&T to do that, and we would fall in love with M&T. So we said, sure, we could do that. So we took the feedback and we delivered. So in October of 2021, we brought together 32 small businesses in the city of Buffalo, and we took them through 6 weeks. I mean, Carol, I'll tell you this. The goal why we did this was to provide small business education. But here's what we learned during these 6 weeks. The lack of a small business ecosystem for these businesses was a key takeaway. That was number one. Number two, this trust, the lack of trust between these businesses and not just banking, but financial services as a whole. That was another takeaway. So we did what they wanted us to do. We took them through a series of teachings around business planning, understanding credit, understanding small business entity formations, the whole legal logistics behind that. Took them through how to market your business, online, offline, all forms of marketing, and it was so inspiring. I'll share a few stories.
The way you're describing it, I think, it has to be universal, right? Because the problems across the country are so substantial, So we understand Buffalo because that's where your headquarters are. And we understand Harlem because it's a huge multicultural center, of the universe, so to speak. What about Harrisburg? Because I think that's on the list as well. Talk to us about how you decided where you would implement these experiments.
Great question. So what we did in Buffalo, well received, incredibly successful. We saw the impact. Some of these businesses came into the program not knowing how to write a business plan. After the program, the stories that came out from, I now have a business plan, I went to a bank, they saw my business plan, and I got approved for a line of credit. I was declined 8 months ago because I didn't know what to take to the bank. I mean, that was a home run. And we met with business owners in Harrisburg. And guess what they said? Please, can you bring this to Harrisburg? Mm-hmm. And then we deployed in Harrisburg in 2022.
I have a feeling you're going to be on the much desired list. So talk to us, because we want to have Erica explain, what she did to win this honor and the money, much desired cash as well. Yeah. But what do the competitors have to demonstrate to you?
Yeah, I think it's a deep understanding of these communities where we live, work, and play. And at M&T, our goal is to do just that, to make a difference in people's lives. So one of the reasons why we came to Harlem, I'll tell you, Harlem was one of the places that we met with small business owners. And to be honest with you, we were asking folks about banking challenges, pain points. A lot of these businesses we met with don't even have bank accounts, didn't even have banking relationships. Mm. And we figured, you know what, how can we connect? How can we deeply reach out to these businesses and uplift them? Because for any communities to do well, the small businesses within those communities have to do well. So for us, it was just fulfilling our higher purpose of uplifting these communities and making a difference in their lives. And we had the opportunity to partner with Carver, and that's how we met wonderful Erica here and the rest of the 60 participants that came.
60, I know. And I'm, some of them are, you'll have to, well, there were 3 prizes for Erica, number 1. But let's get to Erica, though. We have a clip of her finding out that she is, of the 60 participants, the number 1 choice. Let's take a look at that.
I hope you all are proud of yourselves like we are. Why don't you go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause?
The winner is Erica Watson with Mixxtresses Hair Collection.
I am so excited. I'm so elated. It's indescribable. It's indescribable. It feels like a dream. The first thing that I'm going to handle is hiring a part-time employee, because I'm doing everything myself right now and I definitely need the help. And then aside from that, it's definitely investing in SEO and marketing so that I can spread awareness about my brand.
That is fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. Thank
Part
you
of it has got to be that personality, I mean, you can tell right away. First of all, tell us what your business is, how you created it.
Absolutely.
And then we want to hear a little bit of the pitch.
Absolutely. So the name of my business is Mixxtresses Collection, and it is a small business that I built from my original business during the pandemic, because I'm a licensed hairstylist. I'm a natural hair salon owner. I make hair products. I have a lot of hats. And when salons shut down and beauty supply stores were closed as well, a lot of my clients were like, what are we gonna do? And so to help them, I started making wigs that looked like what they would come in to get done, or their natural hair. And I started making products. So once salons were able to open, I had like this thing that I birthed, but like I wasn't ready to get rid of it. And my clients now, because I was open, were like, we need products. Like, oh, that's a nice wig. That's a wig. So I continued growing the business, and I was able to secure a location, a storefront in Harlem.
That is just so great, right?
Thank you. Yes. And so to find out about this opportunity, I was like, I'm just going to try. Like, my mom sent the information to me. I said, I'm going to try.
Moms always are there, right?
My mom always is there. She's there now. That's why I'm here. Right. So I applied. And actually, when I first got correspondence, I told myself, I'm going to apply. Whatever happens, happens. And when I first got correspondence, it was like, unfortunately, we've reached the cap for the number of applicants, because I would start the application process and get distracted. And so then I got 2 confirmations that I got in. And I'm like, wait, I got in. And so I started to come in, like I knew it was gonna be Thursday evening, so I shut down my salon for Thursday evenings. I'm like, I'm gonna commit to this 6 weeks. And I knew that it was a pitch competition, but I really just wanted the information. I really did. I was like, I have a business. Well, I have 2 businesses, but I didn't start it the traditional way. And I started it so long ago that it helped me start a new business, but I needed what you need now to really grow your business, access to funding, all the things I knew they were gonna help me find.
So you were in it for the information,
for the experience, and just
but
to
now
network.
What was your pitch like? And David David is smiling, so I have a feeling he was on your side, at the end. But what do you say to these? I see that they're mostly guys, right? You were pitching.
Which was interesting for me to have a hair collection company that specializes in extensions and also gears towards helping people with alopecia. And so that was a key focus of my new small business, because a lot of people suffer from alopecia, myself included. And I have a lot of clients who battle with it, and it's something we're not talking about enough, that a lot of people are experiencing. And the way it affects people, we're not so aware of it. I am, as a hairstylist, because we share everything. We're almost like therapists.
Some would say you are
too. As someone who goes through it too, with the alopecia, at first I was kind of disappointed and felt defeated, because I'm like, if I'm a hairstylist, how am I gonna have hair loss? But I was like, who better than me to share and educate people about this? So my mission for my business has always been to help people celebrate, embrace, and become better educated about textured, healthy hair, how to achieve it, and how to prevent alopecia. So when I gave my pitch, I started out with that, but I probably talked longer than I should have, because once you get me talking about my business, I kind of can't zip it. I'm like, wait, there's more. I didn't get to this part. So the pitch, I actually prepared that pitch the night before, because we knew about it from the beginning, but like I said, I was there for the information. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna just, a few of my clients and my mom was like, just do it. Do it and see what happens. And so I prepared that pitch the night before, because we had a live presentation and a Q&A. And I saw people were gonna do PowerPoints, and I'm like, PowerPoints? I haven't been in an office in 15 years. I'm like, is Google Slides okay? I was like, but I'll do it.
So David, I want to ask you about the pitch. Were there other PowerPoints and, in more traditional pitches?
I think everyone did.
Yes, there were. Can you tell that passion, right?
I know.
So, Erica
wins over the PowerPoint. But
Erica and 59 other participants are the reason why we do this. 90% of the folks that go through the program, at the end of the program, will tell us it's not about the cash prize.
It's not.
It's about the information.
Yeah.
Actually, a few folks that were part of the Harlem lab would drive 2 hours one way for 6 weeks every Thursday just to come, learn, take notes, and go back to try to do something different about their business. And it gives us so much joy at the bank, because this lab just clearly demonstrates our clear intentions to be bank for all communities.
Right. Well, and you say that, and because what you represent is establishing a trust between bankers and small business owners who are people of color and who have a very difficult and fraught relationship with the banking industry. So you say that some of the businesses did not even have a bank account. So talk to us about that. The huge I mean, do you see this as mending that fracture between banks, the banking community, and people of color?
Absolutely. We want to build trust, but building trust takes a deep, intentional understanding of the banking behaviors and financial attitudes of people of color. And at M&T, we are the forefront of doing that. If you ask Erica, every night for the 6 weeks of the program, our bankers were there, asking questions, spending time, just getting to know Erica and everybody else, and then getting to know their business and the why behind what drives them, what's their passion. I'll tell you this, post-lab, we've had folks from the lab, even folks that were not part of the lab, but heard about the lab, visit our local branches here in town to talk about banking relationships. Now,
To open an account, to get a loan, a business loan.
open an account,
Right.
but fundamentally the core is a relationship. It's not about the account, it's about
Right.
the relationship. So it's huge. It's huge for us. That's why we do what we do. And we won't stop. Again, our goal is making a difference in people's lives, and we'll keep doing that.
Right, right. Well, talk to us a little bit about your banking experience, because that's perhaps for many business owners going to the bank, encountering a person of color on the other side of the table, to fill out the forms. It may be an unusual thing as well. Your career within the banking industry as you're rising to the top?
Well, no, thanks for asking. I would say this. I was born and raised in Nigeria, and when I came to the U.S., 24, 25 years ago, I came for college. And I soon realized going through college and through graduate school that banking is different in every race, with every ethnicity, with every language. The way we did banking in Nigeria, in Africa, and even in Europe is very different from the way banking is done here. And during my time in graduate school, I paid very close attention. I always wanted to be a banker. So it dawned on me, I began to realize some of the challenges that people of color faced when they went to banks, to branches. Number one, not seeing people that looked like them, that reflected their cultural heritage. That was a struggle, even for me. I mean, I spoke English. English is my primary language. But I went into a bank branch and just didn't understand. No one could explain to me what I was trying to do. And I made up my mind in graduate school that I want to be that guy that can help make a difference here. And I'll tell you, Carol, I've been blessed in my career working for a bank like M&T that gives me the opportunity and the platform to truly, truly be impactful in this space. And it's been my why, it's been my higher purpose to make sure that not just our bank, M&T, but banks in general are building infrastructures that enables us to deeply understand the banking language of Hispanics, of Blacks, of African Americans, of Asians, because that's America's future. Now, I tell people there's a cultural transformation that's taking place in the country now. And if you're not banking Blacks and Hispanics and Asians, then you're not going to win in the banking industry.
Yeah, and what you're dealing with is this enormous, huge, almost some would say, unapproachable kind of distance between the wealth in communities of color and not. I mean, it's just, built on hundreds of years of discrimination since the beginning of the country, so to speak. So how do you, are you optimistic that this gap can be closed, and what's a timeline, do you think, in our lifetimes that you'll see this close?
I am very optimistic, and yes, I do strongly believe it will be in our lifetime. I'll tell you some of the things we're doing at the bank. We are very intentional in making sure that we're reflecting the communities we serve. So across our network, even here in New York City, we've designated our branches as multicultural branches. And here's why that's important. We want folks to come into our branches where we can use our cultural and linguistic skills to serve them. Now, for an African American or Black or Hispanic folk to trust you, they need to see you, they need to know you, right? So we're hiring folks from the neighborhoods that know our customers, that know our communities. We're hiring folks that are bilingual, that can speak the language of the communities, and we're actually paying our bilingual staff in the branch a 10% bilingual premium. That empowers them to connect with people of same heritage, of same culture, same language background. Here's where I'm going with that. In these branches that we have, that we've designated as multicultural branches, our branch managers, some of them are licensed. We have partners within the bank that visit these branches, that spend time in these branches to help educate our customers and our prospects when they come into the branch, from 529 plans to saving for emergency funds to planning for retirement. Fundamentally, it starts with education. But trust, there has to be trust. There has to be a fellowship that enables trust, and then folks tend to listen. So that's this journey we're on at the bank. I like to call it a culturally fluent journey because the more we understand how culture impacts banking, the more we can bank, diverse America.
Right. Well, I think you have established a fan in Erica. Tell us a little bit. So the number one prize was 16,000. Did I call it a prize? An award? I'm looking, for this TV show that's going to come out of this competition. But because from what I've heard from some, it's a TV show, but it's also a meaningful business operation. What do you plan to do with the $16,000? And it was what, 12 and 9, or the other prizes?
Yeah, it was 16, 12, and 8.
And 8, right? So still, enough to do something with. What will you do with your 16,000?
Oh, the first thing I'm gonna look into is hiring someone to come in because I need help. I'm doing everything myself, so the business can't grow if everything comes from me. So I'm definitely gonna look into hiring a part-time employee, and also navigating SEO, marketing, more exposure for my business so that I could continue to grow it. But it's really about taking capital and making it work for me so that I build more capital so that 16,000 turns into 160,000. So I have to kind of gauge, where the money's going, because that's the business woman in me. But definitely those are the things I'm initially looking to do with the grant.
Right. And what are some of the other contestants, the other competitors doing with their money? Have you been able to get the feedback on what?
Yeah, all of them did say they will increase staffing. So think about the economic impact of that. When you're hiring someone, think about how that impacts a family. Think about how that impacts a community, right?
The individual, and from there, you just pass it on.
So job growth, right? So we're opening up opportunities for people to have jobs. Huge. Most of them did say they'll bring new products to the marketplace. So think about that, right? That's how you scale and grow a business. And that's one of the goals of the Multicultural Small Business Lab, is to help these businesses bring new products to the marketplace. It's to help them scale and grow. It's to help them have real economic impact through things like hiring.
And so we know Buffalo and Harlem and Harrisburg. What else do you have on your? Because I can hear people saying now, how do I get involved? Mm-hmm. I mean, do you have to live or I guess your business has to be in that community? But you say people have been driving for hours to get to the classes and all. So what are the parameters in terms of how you can apply for the Multicultural Business Lab?
Yeah, so Harlem was number 5. So we've done it in Buffalo twice. We did in Harrisburg. We've done it in Bridgeport, Connecticut, which was huge.
Bridgeport, right?
Yes.
Right.
And now Harlem. We're actually currently running one that just started last week in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So that's 2.0 in Harrisburg. So yes, you do have to live within the city. Most times we bring the lab to places where people are asking us to come. People want a bank that they can truly work with, a bank that they can trust, a bank that they can grow with. And at M&T, we've been doing that for over 165 years.
Wow, incredible. So people should gather themselves together and contact you at M&T. Should they contact you personally? We're going to put his telephone number up on the screen. Only kidding. But certainly for pursuing this opportunity, which I think is, really tremendous, and the fact that, that people come to those sessions, knowing that the information, the education they're going to get, and also the introduction to a banker, which is often, the wall between their business success and not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, please, everyone, feel free to look up the program on mtb.com. We have details there, and it does tell you what city we're coming to next. Our dream is just that, to make sure we're impacting small businesses. You made a comment earlier about 2%. When you think about that, I mean, you and I know there's more work that needs to be done. And at the bank, we know that. Our work endures. And our dream and our desire is to keep making sure we're connecting, we're engaging, we're growing these businesses so we can all together uplift communities where we live and work. It's such a thing of joy. I'm sitting here with Erica and I feel so excited, and she makes me want to come back to Harlem like next week.
I know.
It's been an incredible journey.
We need more bankers like you, David. I mean, you're giving the industry a good name.
Oh, thank you. Carol, during the course of the Harlem program, and I think I saw this during the other programs as well, our customers and our communities did not understand the power of having a relationship banker, right? And we've built a community bank at M&T that's just that, relationship banking. It gives us this thing of pride to see our bankers just forming relationships with businesses that want to grow and having conversations with them.
Well done on both instances, M&T Bank and Erica, for winning. Much success with your new life, your new business. My thanks to David Femi, head of M&T's Multicultural Banking Team, and Erica Watson, winner of the Harlem Multicultural Small Business Innovation Lab and owner of Mixxtresses, look that up, Hair Collection. And we thank you both so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And that's it for us at this time. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carol Jenkins. The program is Black America. We'll see you the next time.